Hello and welcome back to Candy's Crafty Corner. Last time we were together, we made some signatures and I showed you how to quickly put together some signatures after gathering some supplies and how to make also some quick pockets and side tucks. So we are going to find a home for all these today. I'm going to show you how to make your outside cover for your journal using a cereal box. So we are going to use a good old Captain Crunch. Maybe I should back y'all out a little bit. Nope, wrong way, wrong way. Good old Captain Crunch box. This is more than big enough, but I don't have anything closer to the size, I don't think. And I'm not going to go looking. This is way too wide also, but we're going to cut it down and make it work. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to have to bring in my big chompy chomper. So I'm going to put this box up here, put my bone folder up. I'm going to make as much room as possible on this teeny weeny desk. If you have not seen my tour of my room, I am literally in a closet. Hold on, let me grab my chomper. I got this lovely for Christmas swing line paper cutter with an actual guillotine blade. I do like this for bigger things, or if I'm cutting a whole bunch of stacks of paper that I don't mind if they're a little rough cut. I don't mind using this, but I don't like using it for individual pieces of paper. I like my smaller Cricut because I found that I'm not as accurate on this one. So we're gonna scoot it as much as we can onto our table. We can get some good traction. Okay, so first off we're going to find the seam where the box comes together and open that up. I'm not going to do this in a neat way because I know I'm going to be cutting that piece off. And so what I do to make it easiest on myself is I measure out the inside of it first, and then I like scribble away all of the space that I'm not going to be using for the journal. So first off, I have 3 signatures. They're going to be about an inch. We're going to go with an inch wide. Get a mark there. Come down here. Do an inch. We'll go ahead and do an inch up here just for good measure for right now. And then from this edge we are going to do our, it is our cover, so 5 3/4. Since this one is not exactly an inch wide, which is so convenient when they are, we're gonna have to piece it together, which adds a step, but it's okay. 5 3/4. Okay. So can you see that I'm going to be cutting away all of that already? And all of that. Now we're going to go 8 3/4 up and 3/4. And if I don't do this, I'm gonna mess something up. Okay. Now we're gonna get rid of our big clunky tabs on the edge first, and this has to be able to fit through this here, so I kind of have to figure out how I'm going to maneuver it based on that. And I think it's going to be easiest to cut this in half first and then mess with it. So let's do that quickly just with some scissors, because I know I don't need this center. I feel like we're going rogue and I'm gonna make a mistake. It'll be alright, it'll be alright. There's more than an inch on each side. We're okay. Okay, set that aside for now. What if I fold these up? Can we fit through then? Nope, we still can't. Can we fit through now if we fold these? We leave that down and fold this. Fold this? Yeah, we'll be able to fit through then. So literally I just find where I can fit through. Fold that down for now. Yeah. Try to tuck this underneath this bar. And I've cut myself so many times with this blade just because I'm messing around down here too recklessly. So, oh, watch out. It's a dangerous piece of equipment. Okay. So we are going to cut that off. Flip it around. Cut the other side off. Oh, and we can go all the way to 8 3/4 because we know we don't need any of this, right? Right. I question myself with every swipe of the guillotine. Okay, it's gonna be easier to pass through this way now, but we still have that little piece. Let's get rid of this messiness over here because we don't need any of this. Force that under. And we're going to go to 5 3/4. Right on that line we made. That's how we know we're doing good. I need confirmation all the way, or you start getting scared. Cover up. Okay, this little piece, keep it. We're gonna need him later. Show you why. Keep a piece about that size. So look, I already got one right here, but I only want this here 1 inch thick. I'm gonna put that at 1 inch. See my score line right there? Put that at 1 inch. Okay. We've got either the front or back of our book already. Now we're going to do the same to this side. I'm going to pause while I do that. Okay, now I have cut down my second piece, and if you look closely for my spines, if I line them up exactly, let's do it this way where you can look better. If you lay them out flat, there is just a smidgen. You see, it'll focus on that. Come on. There you go. Okay, so there's just a smidgen of difference in these two. So I went slightly over 1 inch for that there, or you can go slightly under, because when you put the smaller one on the inside and you fold it up, it's going to need to go past this score line here. Oh, we are out of focus. Sorry, it's going to need to sit like on this side of this score line because you're doubling that up. And also you need enough to reach this edge here. So just go a smidge over. And I've seen that, or I've found that that helps. Remember that piece I told you to keep? Here it is. We're going to need that guy. So the first thing we're going to do is get our glue going. And we're going to do a strip all the way down, and then we're going to take that piece and smooth it. I'm using fabric tack for this small area without very good ventilation. I would not recommend, but it gets the job done for this. It's stronger than just the regular art glitter glue, so I like the fabric tack for this. So I smooth it out where there's no bubbles in it with my piece of cardboard and then line it up, and you better line it up right the first time because you don't have much wiggling room. So, and then where's our bone solder? And just give that a good press. Good press. And you can see that it's slightly different size on right there. I don't care. We're going to cover it up with paper and other things. You're not going to be able to tell in the end. Make sure to look at your back. Make sure you're all the way to the edge. Okay. Okay. So there we are. Looky there. We have a book. We have a book. It's not pretty yet, but we're going to make it pretty. So you can grab your signatures at this time. That piece of paper is going to flop down again. Grab your signatures, put them inside. Make sure that you can't see any of them. They're all tucked away nicely. But when you open them up, oh, wow, they're sleeping inside. Same on the back. Tucked away nicely. Okay, we're happy with that. Alright, put those aside again. So, we do have this big piece of paper left. I can do the front and the back with this, and I think I'm going to because I have enough of it, but if I half it, I'm not going to be able to do, you know, all the way across the spine. But I like to do something different on my spine anyways, so that's okay. But we also do need to find something to cover this right here, where our signatures are going to be put in. Now, I could very easily grab one of these pieces and trim them down and put that right there. But since I have so few pieces of this collection, I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of that brown paper and we're going to trim that down, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I just realized we don't have anything for our centers. We're going to have to find something to coordinate. We could just do the pink vellum or the pink sparkly again on either inside piece. Let me get things together real fast. Okay, I've done some thinking. And for the inside, all I did was take another piece of that like sparkly pink. I'm sorry if you can hear that four-wheeler. I live in the country. There's rednecks around here. I'm sorry. All I did was take it and cut it in half. And those two pieces are going to be the inside, and we'll just put some pretty pockets or something there. And then I took another piece of that chocolatey brown that I'm using for the inside, and I cut 2.5 inches because I like the way it looks when this piece overlaps onto these pages, if that makes any sense. But looking at this, I'm like, is that overlapping too much? Do we need a little less? Let's see. And you can see that these pages do not meet the edge here. It's okay because we're going to bring this blue paper up and around where we don't have a rough edge. Oh, you can't see what I'm talking about. You can see that it doesn't quite reach all the way to the edge, but we're going to cover that up. I'll show you in a minute. But do we think that this is too much of an overhang? I think so. I think it is a little bit too much. So I'm going to take off like 1/4 of an inch off of this. And if I had pretty paper to do on the inside of the cover, I would. I just don't have any. Okay. So that's going to work out. We're good. And then for the opposite side of the cover, the outside of the cover, we are going to try to get the most bang for our buck out of this piece of paper here. So like I said, we are going to need this little bit of overhang. I know it's got a hole in it, but I think we're going to be able to work around it. It's okay. So we are going to need it to be slightly wider than our cover board because I like to fold up a little bit over the edge all the way around where it has a nice finished edge instead of the cardboard edge. Again, I'm not on screen. I like to fold my paper up over it. I'm sorry. I don't know where my ranges are on this desk yet. So we need a bigger desk where we're going to have more in the screen, I guess. I could back y'all up a little. We need to learn our camera also for one. Okay, so this one, instead of it being 8 3/4 tall, we are going to make it 9 1/4 and see how we're feeling about that. And as you can see, there is overhang, but gosh, I should have left more. Can't go back now. Dang it, we should have done 9 1/2. Fudge buckets! We got it the wrong way. Did we? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. We're okay. Meh. Something just fell in my room, but I know my cat's in there, so I'm hoping it's a cat, not my kids. So this is already 13 or 12 1/2. We're going to do it to 6 1/4 to make it 1/2 and 1/2. No, I'm hesitant. I like start sweating. I get so much anxiety over it. See? It's not the same. We're gonna have to make it work. This will be a good, like, what you do when you've wrecked it up, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Okay, so for the outside, I haven't figured out what we're gonna do for that piece yet. We might just do the brown for now because I know I'm gonna cover it up with probably some lace or something. So we might just default to that for now. Oh wait, no. So we are gonna put the side with the hole on the back. Frag knocks. And actually, it's a little bit too long. They need to be trimmed just a teeny bit because they're a little bit too long, but now I'm scared. So we're going to lay them physically. See, now that looks like it's the right length. Should we leave it? Should we just make this one the same length as this one? Let's do that. Let's do that. Here's my cutter. Let's just make these two sizes the same. Well, no, because they're coming all the way to the edge. When I start overthinking things and then I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. How can you think you can teach people when you don't know what you're doing? But I promise I've made one successful before. I have done it. So we're going to start with this piece first. Yes, I'm putting it on the inside, but I'm seeing how much my overhang can be. Maybe we do need to put it like that where we can see better. Okay. So everything that you can see on the outside of my cardboard here is going to come over the edge and be stuck down. And if you don't have a piece of paper that, say like it's, you know, a little bit shorter, you can just make the piece that's going to cover your spine wider to accommodate for that space that you're going to lose. But I'm going to leave it. I usually make it a little bit shorter just for aesthetics, but I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so the tricky part now is getting your creases where you want them. So I'm going to line up this one first. You know what? Let's use our handy dandy board. About right there. So I know that there is nothing underneath this. I don't know where that other one is going. So we're just going to use the back of this one. But we're going to make a line here. Okay. And we're going to try to fold on that line. Get that really good and laid down where you don't have to fight your glue as much in a minute. And see how that comes over? Boop. It's going to hide our ugly edge. So now the hard part, because we made this a little bit too short, we're going to try to get this as even as possible, as humanly possible. And then we're going to fold it up over the edge the same way. And this is when I'm like, can I make my cover any smaller? we could take 1/8 of an inch off. We could take 1/8 of an inch off. I feel better with that. We're gonna do that real fast. Big chompy chomper out again. We're gonna take 1/8 of an inch off. I'll be okay with that. It doesn't fit through. Of course it doesn't. We're gonna fold it. Like 1/8 of an inch. Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Is it straight? Fold straight. Oh, okay. See, and it would have been really hard to do that with my small cutter. Okay, okay. Make sure we didn't just make a mistake. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Okay, we've just given ourselves literally fractions of an inch. But every little bit helps when you've made a mistake. Okay, I feel better about that already. The harder, or the less you have to fold over, the harder it is to get to stick with the glue. Okay, I think we're good with that. So we are going to score here and try not to, oh, we messed up our line. And score, oh God. Score here. Okay. And then try to fold up on that line. It is a very small line. This is good to be careful. I'm unfocusing again. I have to hold it really close to my face because my vision isn't what it used to be. It feels so old already. Okay, same on this one. And because you've put that little bit of a crease in it, it wants to go. It wants to do the thing for you. Okay, and we're going to smush down those really good. Really, really good. Let me fighting that glue. I'm like a... Alright. As you can see, it is fitting like a glove. Right over there. Boop, 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 boop. Like that. See? And then, where's our other piece of paper? Our pink piece of paper will go down over it like that. And it will have a teeny bit of prettiness peeking out all the way around. Do we meet? That is the main thing. Does your page cover up your edges? And it does. It does. Okay. So now I'm going to cut off my excess and my corners. And the easiest way to do that is wherever your overlapping space is, just cut out that square. That's what I do. And you can go like a little bit wider than that. Just where they lay nice. This is on the inside of that box. Okay. So now you can see, now that I have cut down that extra, it's not really bulky right here. And then when I fold it, it's a nice little seam right there. So I'm going to repeat that for the front piece and then we'll come back. Okay, I went ahead and did the front just where it would be a little quicker. I'm going to show you how I do the back side. So I get my piece of paper all snugged up in my cardboard, and then I put a line of my fabric tack. I don't smooth out this one because it's so small. And it's going to most likely get everywhere. But smooth that down. Give it some good pressure. Hold it. Hold it. Some good pushes. Alright. Move to the other side. I need some more fabric tack. I think I actually have another bottle of it because I knew I was going to run low. Alright. This is why this bone, I don't know why I can't say bone folder is icky. It's because I was using it for this exact thing and fabric tack got all over it. So now it is just the one that I use for this step. If you already messed up one with glue, make that your gluey bone folder. If you haven't messed it up yet, then try to avoid that. Okay, then we're going to put a squidgy on our paper, a nice line of glue, and then I'm going to get my little piece of cardboard and smooth that one out because I don't want this to ripple. If there's too much glue in one spot, it's like it's too wet and it makes the paper ripple or bumple. Ripples and bumples. Whatever you want to qualify it as. The thing we're going to do is take our 2 pink pieces. We did have 2 of them once upon a time. And we're going to stick those down like this. Okay, so this one will go down. We're going to put it on our cardboard, not on our paper. Just smooth it all down. If it's not everywhere we want it to be, it's fine, as long as there's not like a big line of it somewhere. Okay, we're going to line this up where hopefully the same amount is showing on the top, sides, and bottom. Nope, we need to scoot you down, don't stick, don't stick. So we can scoot it in a little. Sorry, we're gonna have to whisper to ourselves because we are concentrating. Right there, that's where we want her. So see, I tried to get the same amount showing all the way around. Doesn't that look like a nice pretty finished edge than it just showing the cardboard? The first one I made, I did not make that way. I had the cardboard showing and I wish I would have figured this out sooner, but it's okay. Now we know. Next we are going to adhere this piece right here that is going to cover up the spine a little bit for us. But before I do want to round the corners of this guy. Okay, so I have large and small. I think we're going to go small. And just give these interest. Okay. Alright, so to get this exactly in the middle, we are going to first try to fold it in the middle without giving it an actual crease. So that is our middle there. And then we're going to get our ruler wherever we have stuck that. Oh, we'll put it back where it's supposed to be. We're going to measure how far it is that we're going to cover. Let's do one up here. Okay. I'm going to take that piece of paper, put our little bead line on it, and then move it up to where we have the even spacing at the top and the bottom, if you can see that on our cardboard. I'll bring you in a little. Okay, so there's even spacing here and here. And we are going to cover that up. When we do the outside spine, I always bring whatever fabric or whatever around and I cover up this little bitty bit. So we are going to stick this down with our fabric tack. Give it a good beating. And you could like measure it exact if you want to and make it more complicated. But I'm not into that. And look how well that lines up with our pink page. Yeah, love it, love it. Okay, now, very important that we do this right now while we can still kind of move this just a little bit. We need to pick this up and crease it. We should have done this before we glued it down, actually. Do this before you put your glue on your page. make some score lines where it sits easier. Okay, so when you do your book up like that, your page can fold up on itself. Okay, so thankfully we didn't go all the way to the edge with that because I forgot that step. All the way to the edge of the page. I'm going to bring our book up and smush. Open it up. Back and forth, back and forth. Give it a good smush. Turn it over. Same thing. Beat your glue down. Gosh. Come here, square. Is it coming out? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. Pick up your page and smush. I feel like on Hotel Transylvania when they're doing the water aerobics and they're like, and twist and turn and twist, or whatever they're saying. I don't know. Okay, so fold up your pages, ruffle it back and forth a little. I like to fold it like that and see what your paper's doing. See mine, it's puckering a little bit here, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. Wherever it seems to be coming up, we are going to put some glue, but now that it is on paper, I'm going to switch to art glitter glue. Now, I'm going to do a video soon of making a charm or something for this because I lose, oh gosh, I've lost so many of these. And apparently some of them are not stainless steel and they rust. And then you have rust on your project, and that's not cute at all. But I do like the art glitter glue better than like the school glue stick that I was using in the beginning. We're gonna have to put a pocket there. Just buggered that up a little. I think we're good. So the last thing that we are going to need to do is make a piece that covers all the way to here, basically, to cover up that hole too, but it's going to need to cover our spine and overlap onto our cover here. Yep, that's my front. Okay, that's my front. So this is going to be our front, or our inside of our front, I guess, where our papers are going to be sewed into our spine, back, then our back part. Once we sew in our signatures, we will put a piece of paper over this to cover the strings. If you like the look of the strings, because a lot of people do, and like when you're making a more rusticy looking journal, like more of a vintage style, I like the strings being on the outside. But for pretty put together ones, I like them being covered. So that's where we are right now on making our journal cover. Oh my gosh, where's my pen? There it is. Okay. Okay, I think that's where we're going to leave it today. We've made great headway with our journal today. We've got a majority of our cover done. We'll probably, decorate it and everything at the end. But for right now, we are at the point where I am going to sew in my signatures in the next video. If you want to decorate your signatures first and then put them in, you can do that. But I like to have my book all together, or my pages start getting all messed up and things get put the wrong way. So just for the way that my brain works, I like to put my signatures in. If this dang fly doesn't stay away from my pretty paper, it's not real flowers. Anyways, I like the way this is looking. I really like the way that this brown looks. I like the more simple on the inside. I might do that again, coming up in another one. But I like the way this is going so far. You can see with our signatures in there, there's enough room for them to spread out a little bit. And you'll see that like when I lay it down, like it doesn't want to lay flat. The more your book lays flat, the more it's going to settle into its flat form until you start filling it up with ephemera, that is. Oh, I didn't even think about if I wanted to do a closure. I'm going to have to think about that with the other one. Because I just finished this journal to give to a friend's baby, and I did a hole here, which was really hard to do through all those layers of cardboard, but I was able to put a beautiful ribbon in there, and I love the way that one looked. Maybe I'll do that one on the smaller one. And I even made a bracelet that they can take off and give it to her when she's older. So if you are interested in learning how to sew in signatures and hopefully doing it right the first time around, we will see if we make any blunders on the next video, then come back and we'll be doing that next time in my crafty little closet. Oh gosh, I need to do something about this desk. It's just not a pretty setup for y'all at all. But you know what? It's what I've got. It's what I've got. Just dang fly! This dang fly! Oh, okay, I'm gone. Bye.